Guess you forgot to put the stinger on. I'll do that again. I'm doing that again. Hang on. Oh, it's so mysterious. There's all the stuff in the background. Like, wow, it's so relaxing. It's so nice. As the music fades out, yeah, it's fading, and then OSHI. Sorry, I messed that up ever so slightly. A bit of a Mora jump scare, if you will. A slight Mora jump scare, if you would. Oh boy. Hello, everybody. You guys okay? Hi, good morning. Hello! Don't call me narrow Mora. I'm regular Mora. Thank you very much. I'm regular Mora. How am I today? I'm a little behind schedule, if you would. A little behind schedule. Today's stream might be a little bit shorter than normal. What's the word? So normally I do like 3 hours and a bit on these. I think I did a 4-hour one of these the other week. I normally do like a real long chat in these. However, today's might be a little bit shorter because I have so many things to do. I've got so many things to do. I was gonna post a short today. Guess who doesn't have a short to post? So if I want to make sure that the YouTube algorithm still likes me, I have to keep that up. And until I get an editor, it's just me. So I might have to rush off a little bit earlier to do that. Normally I would have done it the day before, but unfortunately I got very distracted by the fact that I had a very new and shiny computer. So I'll have to rush off to do that, I think. In a couple hours anyway, but for now, you have me all to yourself. Good luck with my work then. Yeah, it should be good. I don't know what clip I'm gonna use, but we'll try. We'll try our best. It should be okay. How's the new machine faring? It's so good. Oh my god. So in previous years, when I've had to set up a stream, I have to have my stream going and all set up about an hour and a half beforehand. So if I'm streaming at 7 PM, I have to make sure that my computer is ready to go for the stream at about 5:30. Because if I do it any time other than that, it would be too slow. It wouldn't actually do it, and I'd be late to the stream. Because he wouldn't run stuff. Basically, I had to make sure that I had to plan for like an hour and a half for like if he ran into any problems. Sometimes there would be problems where like he'd want to load a program, but he just couldn't. Or he would try to load it and it would take him about 45 minutes to load it. Most of the time it was VTube Studio. So today's stream took me 20 minutes to set up. 20 minutes. I don't know what I'm gonna do with all of this free time. You really have the Naruto training weights taken off? I feel like I'm going at light speed. I'm warping into the future. I have so much time. Huh? Efficiency! And you put up with that for 6 months? I put up with that for about a year, because the 6 months of me debuting, there's also about 6 months of pre-debut. There's like 6 months of pre-debut where I was practice streaming. I wanted to be your princess really bad, and I wanted to be really good at it. So what I do in the 6 months before actual debut is I'd set up unlisted streams, and I would just sit for like 30 minutes to an hour and just talk. And I do the whole thing. Yeah, play streaming. Yeah. I wanted to be good at it so bad. So I would set up like pretend streams, and yeah, so I could practice. So yeah, there we go. It's actually a very smart idea. I thought so. So I did lots of different ones. I did practice streams for like tons of different things. I roped Midday and BLAISE into doing one with me where I did like a game show, because I knew that I wanted to do a game show type of thing. So I roped them into doing it with me. But yeah, I wanted to be good at it. So yeah, I used like the couple months before debut to practice and get good at it, so that I knew the constraints of my PC and stuff. Because I didn't want to... My worst fear was that I'd start stuff at debut and I wouldn't know how to do it. I'm curious about the golf collab VOD. There isn't a VOD for the golf collab, but I have played golf with the girls. I have indeed played golf with the girls. I was so mean to Navi the entire time. It was to the point where the next time we played, we turned collisions off. I feel so mean. So, there we go. I think, like, also, something I didn't know about until they told me about it was, Manichan, it was Sky specifically, because I'm her daughter. I can't remember what it was specifically. I think I asked something of her. Oh yeah, this was in pre-debut. I hadn't met her yet. So, in like the very early days of like casting and stuff, you don't meet the senpais until like a couple weeks in, basically. So I hadn't met Sky at this point, and I knew that my parents were gonna be like a big part of my lore and stuff. So I was like, I kind of want to see what they'd look like. I have an idea in my head of what they'd look like. So I wrote down that description, and I asked Manichan to send Sky my little descriptions, and I asked if she'd do a little doodle for me of what my parents would look like, so that everything could be consistent style-wise. And what I didn't know is that when they sent her that little request, they also sent her the unlisted link to one of my practice streams where I Zatsu'd for about 40 minutes. If any of those recordings still exist, we'd like to see some of the scuff back then. I don't know if I'd be allowed to. I think maybe I'll do it for like my birthday. I'll get permission or something. I'll ask Manichan if they'll do that for me. To be honest, most of my unlisted streams are me doing karaoke tests for things, because you have to figure out like the desync for all of the things for stuff. So yeah, they sent her the link to one of my practice Zatsus, and she watched the whole thing. I think the reason that they sent it to her was because in the Zatsu I talked about something that my dad did. I remember the week that I did the Zatsu for, my dad, my I'd had a really bad week. Can I find some good music? I'd had a really bad week. And I wanted really badly just to like have a nice day and have a nice evening and to like maybe eat some ice cream or something. And I was on the phone to my dad about it, where I was like, I'm sad, I had a bad week, I want to eat ice cream, but I don't have any ice cream in. And he took the royal spaceship. He took the royal spaceship and he flew all the way to the Ark just to give me ice cream. Which is a long distance, by the way. It's a long way away from Zephyria. And he brought me ice cream. And so Sky watched that little Zatsu VOD where I talked about both my parents in it. And she drew the official doodle. She drew the official doodle of my parents. Yeah. So, Best Amora, daughter of best dad alive. He's a good dad. He's very caring. He did the same thing a couple years prior as well. Can I find some good music, please? I don't want anything too upbeat. Is this too sad? Oh, that's way too sad. Okay, never mind. Oh, that's nice. Okay. So yeah, he did that a couple times. He's done that multiple times throughout my childhood. Daddy's goal will not be sad on his watch. I'm his little princess. That's just how that works. No, he's a good dad. For a time, it's very common for royalty to go and get education in like boarding schools and other things like that. So I did that for a number of years. I went and did education that was super, super far away from my home, and it was really difficult to do that because I don't know. Zephyria is my home, and as much as I don't live there now, it's still a struggle a little bit. But when I first moved away, when I first went to go do education elsewhere, at the end of the first month, I got super homesick. I got so homesick. And I had a really bad time. And I phoned my dad about it. Again, as I do. I phoned him again. And it was basically just a conversation of like, yeah, well, I miss home. I miss home and I want to visit, and it is what it is. I can't do anything about it. And the next day, I woke up to a phone call from him telling me to look outside. And when I did look outside, he was there again with the royal spaceship, standing outside. He had flown for 5 hours straight without stopping, just so that he could see me. So it's a very, very lovely thing for him to do, and I still think about it occasionally. I don't even remember what we did that day. I think we like went for a meal or something. I think we went for a walk. But yeah. He's a very caring guy. Those are experiences that you remember. It is. I think like my dad is a very stubborn guy. I think everybody in my family is. But stuff like that makes me remember that he is my dad. I don't know. It's nice. I think, like, yeah. Ugh. But yeah, that's what he did. It's the fact that he spent 5 hours straight flying over just to see me because I was a little bit homesick, and then doing the 5 hours back again, back to Zephydia. I love him. He's a good dad. But yeah, I think to me it's the effort, you know? It's the effort of all of that. This music is way too sad, but yeah, it makes me happy that he was willing to put in the time to do that for me when I was feeling not great. Oh, all of these music's gonna be really... What's with Dover today, with all of these musics being real sad? Give me something vaguely happy, please. People are just in really depressed moods. People are so sad today. This one's called Marmalade. Okay, let's try this one. This one better be happy. Okay, this isn't exactly the vibe that I wanted, but it definitely is the vibe of Marmalade. Wow, okay. Let me show you this to you guys. I was trying to look for like music that would have been slightly a bit less depressing. I'm like, ah yes, Marmalade. This sounds really exciting. It's not really the vibe of what I wanted, but that sure is the vibe of what Marmalade would be. Can I find anything else, please? What about you? God, okay. I love hunting for music. Oh, that's good. There we go. Way. That works. There we go. It's less depressing, at least. Goofy background music. We love that. This is more the vibe of what I wanted. What is this called? No, didn't mean to do that. It is Fairy Tea Party. Okay, well, yeah, that seems about right. Speaking of fairies, I need to talk to Maya more often, honestly. She drew some really cute stuff the other day. I don't know if I'm allowed to like talk about it, but she drew some really cute stuff the other day. She's so cute. I love her. I love her so much. Yay! Royalty-free tracks always have the funniest names. They do. They really do. I get all of my music through like Dover. So it's kind of a toss-up occasionally as to what you can find, and sometimes Dover has a tagging system. Dover has a tagging system for like music that they want to include. They have like, you know, they can be like, oh, it's a mysterious track, or it's a sad track, or it's a cold track type of thing, or they can like have different trackings for like that type of thing. No one uses the tagging system correctly, so it's always a toss-up as to what you're getting every time. Royalty-free tracks, it's the practice piece. Yippee! It's always great. I love tagging systems when no one does any of the tagging correctly. Please, I beg you. If you make anything, just put down what it is. Truthfully. Please. You remind me of a Pokemon gym leader. Wait, what type of... I'd be like a fairy type gym leader, right? I mean... I've thought about... I would be a fairy type gym leader. That... Yeah! Fairy or psychic, fairy or dragon. Fairy or dragon is real, actually. I would be very excited with fairy or dragon. Yeah. Yippee! Literally Sylveon colors. Sylveon's my favorite Pokemon. I have like a top 10 of my favorite Pokemon. Sylveon's like in the top maybe 3. I also like Bulbasaur. And Shelder. Shelder's a cool guy. Psychic type, maybe? Oh. But yeah. Sylveon's my favorite Pokemon. Yeah. Yippee! Gengar is still my favorite in terms of design. Gengar's a cool Pokemon. I like how big and scary he is. I haven't played Pokemon in a hot minute. I wanted to do a blind Nuzlocke for content. The only reason I want to do a blind Nuzlocke is because I don't know enough about Pokemon to really optimize a Nuzlocke specifically, and I don't want people coming into my chat to be like, wow, you don't know anything about Pokemon, because like, yeah, that's what happens when you play things for fun, Greg. So if I was gonna do a blind Nuzlocke, it would have to be like Pokemon Emerald, I think, in order to make things. Greg just got bodied. I'm sorry if your name is actually Greg. It was just the first name that came to my brain. I'm sorry. So it would, if I was gonna do a blind Nuzlocke, it would have to be Pokemon Emerald. Because that's the only Pokemon that I've never played before. Apart from like the new ones. But the new ones are kind of terrible, apparently. So I'm not sure I'd have too much love trying to play those. Also, getting perms from Nintendo to play the new ones on stream is you'd have more chance. You'd have more chance of making a new Nintendo game than you would having permissions to play the new games. Someone in chat is called Greg and is really sweating right now. Greg, I'm sorry. It was just the first name that came to my brain. I'm sorry. Rip Nintendo streams. They just don't exist anymore. There's never been any streams in Nintendo. There is no streams in Nintendo. How about Pokemon fan games? Again, I feel like you'd have to know more about Pokemon to do the fan games. Because they make it a lot harder, typically. Whereas, like, you'd have to, like, know a bunch of, like, the movesets and be able to strategize and stuff, whereas my strategy with Pokemon games is to overlevel until it doesn't matter what move I use. Paralyzed? Doesn't matter. Frozen? Doesn't matter. Confused and injuring self? Doesn't matter. I use Ice Beam. The only stat I am concerned with when playing Pokemon is making sure that everybody else's health stat remains at 0. That's the only thing I'm concerned with. You're the grindy type? Yeah, that's how I got the most fun out of it. And ironically, my favorite Pokemon game was the Pokemon game I had as a child, which was Pokemon Platinum. I had other games. My first Pokemon game was Pokemon Red. But my favorite Pokemon game that was like just mine, that was bought for me and wasn't like a hand-me-down from a cousin, was Pokemon Platinum. And that remains to be my favorite Pokemon game to this day. Good job lowering my defense. I'm going to use Hyper Beam now. Yeah! That's how I play Pokemon. I had Empyreon. Is it an Empyreon? Empyreon? Empoleon? Empoleon! I had an Empoleon. In Pokemon Platinum. Empoleon was my Pokemon in Pokemon Platinum. I had Empoleon, and I had another Pokemon, which I think was just a Bidoof, who was just a backup that I could switch out so that he could tank a really terrible hit. That poor Bidoof was in pain a majority of the time. Yeah. So I just overleveled my Empoleon a lot. I think like the only reason I had the Bidoof was because the game physically makes you catch a Pokemon. In order to like progress, they make you catch a Pokemon with a Pokeball. It doesn't let you progress otherwise. Hi, honey, welcome in. My parents scrounged up to get me a Game Boy Color with Pokemon Yellow back in the day, and it got stolen? No! That's so sad! Oh... I have a Game Boy Color that is stolen from a family member. They've never tried to get it back off me though, so who's to say? I have a Game Boy Color. It's purple. So yeah, yippee! Someone find this person to give them a Game Boy Color with Pokemon Yellow. You deserve it! Go on eBay. I'm sure they have them. It was given to me. Like, it wasn't, I didn't just take it type of thing. They could ask for it back if they wanted to, and I would give them it back. It's just, it's never happened. So. Ugh. So, yeah. But yeah, I had my childhood Pokemon game was me my childhood Pokemon game was a Bidoof and an Empoleon. And the Empoleon was maxed out. I just maxed out the Empoleon with overleveling. Genuinely terrifying. Oh boy. Hi, honey. Welcome in. Wah! Less stealing, more infinite borrowing? Yes. Yeah. They could ask for it back, and I would give them it. But first they have to ask for it. Overleveling is my playstyle as well. I just like being really OP. I just enjoy that a lot more, I think. This is why, like, I think I'd like to do a Nuzlocke. with Pokemon Emerald, but it would have to be like a blind playthrough, because I already don't know anything about Pokemon Emerald. Other Pokemon games I know stuff about. So, I'd have to do that, I think. I like Pokemon Platinum the best. It's the first Pokemon game I ever played. It was mine as well. That was, well, not the first game I ever played, but it was the first game that I owned that wasn't already somebody else's beforehand. It was the first Pokemon game that was mine, you know? Cynthia was so difficult. I don't remember her giving me much issue other than... Oh, she had that big... Was it a Perugly that she had? It might have been a Perugly. Yeah! She had like a massive Perugly halfway through the game that gave me such issue. Because she was in this big building with like the big team of like meanies. They all have a different name with every game. So it wasn't Team Rocket, it was the other one that they had. I think it was like Team... something or other, I don't remember. Anyway. I remember trying to beat her with this Perugly like 3 times and I couldn't do it. I eventually had to like go away and over level to like an extreme amount just to get past it. Was it Team Galactic in Platinum? Yeah. Was that Mars instead? I thought it was Cynthia. Is it Mars? Perugly. Remember, it's been years. It's been over 10 years. Was it Mars? It was Mars. Okay, you're right. So yeah, I remember trying to fight this one Perugly and being absolutely unable to tank anything that they threw at me. Oh my god. Even still, I do actually like Perugly as a Pokemon. I think the design's really fun. I miss when they made Pokemon ugly. They all make them like too cute now, I think. Which, no, I need some like absolute horrors to look at, I think. And I need them to be creative with it. I hate the key Pokemon. Even in Platinum, I hated Bronzor. I still hate Bronzor. For anyone who's unaware of what Bronzor is, I hate Bronzor. I hate Bronzor. I hate Bronzor. I hate Bronzor. This monstrosity is Bronzor. That's a plate! That's a plate! And do you want to know what's crazy? This thing is creative in comparison to some of the newer ones. I hate Bronzor. He's a plate. I hate this guy. I hate him. Kill him. Kill! So, I have no love for Bronzor. What type is he? I think he's a metal? I think he's a metal stone? Metal rock? I don't know exactly. Steel psychic type. There we go. His shiny version is even worse because his shiny version is just green. His shiny version is just green. It evolves into a salad bowl, clearly. It's Close enough, honestly, all things considered. I hate him. Hate. So, there we go. He oxidized, apparently. Good. I hope he rusts. Ugh. So yeah, I still don't like the key Pokemon either, because I feel like having a Pokemon just be a set of keys is lazy. I feel like they had a quota to fill up, and that's kind of how he came about, where they were like, oh god, the boss wants a new Pokemon on my desk by 9 AM. What can I have be the new Pokemon? I see. So, and it's just a ring of keys. That's lazy. That's lazy designing. But considering how fast they, like, pump out the games, I kind of feel like it's, You can't expect anything polished if you try to make a AAA game in a year. That's not possible. All Pokemon, post 2016, all Pokemon seem to be fillers to me. There's some really good ones in the later generations. I can't think of any off the top of my head, admittedly. But that might be just because I don't really pay much attention to Pokemon in general. I can't think of any. Oh god. Let's go with the Digimon route with their designs. I've tried to play Digimon a few times, and I found it to be a little bit too confusing. Which, I've got friends who are super into Digimon, and like even they say that Digimon is really confusing. It's just like a part and parcel of Digimon. I watched the show Digimon for a little while. So, I don't know, it was enjoyable, I guess. Which Digimon game? Oh god. Wait, what's the one that I tried? Was it Cyber Sleuth? I think it was Cyber Sleuth was the one that I had a go at. Don't quote me on that, though. It was a long time ago that I tried it. Digimon was always the better show, while Pokemon was the better game. Nowadays, I don't know, they might have switched. I think, didn't Digimon the show end? I think the Digimon show is finished now. Yeah, it ended. It ended in 2021. I think they're having like, they're doing like bits and pieces. So they're still doing like episodes and shorts for stuff, but it's not like a show that's continuing to be like a show like every week anymore. Digimon had some revival anime in recent years. Oh, did it really? Ooh. I think Pokemon doesn't know when to stop. I think the second that they retired Ash is the second that I stopped caring. They're really trying now to make a new show with, like, new characters. But, like, it's not even as if Ash was a likable character. The only reason that I actually cared about Ash was because I grew up with him. You know? He was my guy. He was my dude. He was the dude that 10-year-old Amora latched onto as like, oh, Pokemon! And like, yeah, 22-year-old Amora still cares about Ash in that kind of way. They shouldn't have retired Ash. I stopped watching after that. I think everybody did. They're really trying to make a new show now with new characters. But like, I think the only thing that'll happen with that is that they are going to have lost the older audience, which might be their bargain, really. They're trying to cater to the new generation of children to make a show with that. It could work. All things considered, it worked once. I think they're really banking on people still caring about Pokemon, though. Which people definitely do, but Ash was a major part in people still caring about Pokemon. At least from a show perspective. He's free from the curse of no longer growing up. There was so many theories about that, where people were like, ah yes, it's because of this, it's because of this, and like realistically it's because of corporate greed, but I still watched every episode and every what's the word for it? Every analysis video rather than episode. I stopped watching Pokemon when... Oh shoot, what was her name? In the show, I stopped watching Pokemon when... new companions came out, and one of them was like a girl that had dragon type specifically. I cannot for the life of me remember her name. She was like the dragon girl. Was it Iris? It was Iris. Yeah, I couldn't stand her. I couldn't stand her character so much that I stopped watching the show that I'd been watching for about 7 years. She was just really annoying. And like, I think like the worst part of it is the fact that so like Ash is a character that doesn't learn anything intrinsically because he's the main character, and he always has to reflect the audience, the audience is pitched to be 12-year-olds, so he will forever have the mentality of that 10, 11, 12 stuff. He's never gonna learn anything because of that specifically, but the companions are meant to learn stuff. The companions are the ones that are meant to have the character depth and the ones that are meant to actually learn from their issues. And this is why they have different companions through the whole thing, because they do like a character arc for each of the companions, and then they go off to do stuff afterwards. And so the fact that Iris just didn't learn anything ever, she kept making the same mistakes over and over and over and over again. And then she'd be like, wow, I've learned from my mistakes this time. And then the next episode, she'd do exactly the same thing. All to the detriment of her own Pokemon? Are you kidding me? That was my main issue with her, was the fact that like her failures as a character and as a person were never to her own detriment. It was always to the detriment of her Pokemon, who did not deserve it. She was completely insufferable. I hated her. So yeah, her Pokemon deserved a better trainer, and she should have just been a better person, I think. But yeah, when was she? She was about 2015, I want to say. Was she 2015? I'm not sure when the show had her on. I'm gonna say 2015. I was watching Pokemon, I think I started watching Pokemon in about 2008-ish. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I was watching a show for 7 years. Like every Saturday I would wake up to watch this show at whenever it was done. I think it was about 7 in the morning. Every Saturday I would wake up to watch this show. I'd go downstairs in the castle and I would sit and I would watch Pokemon every Saturday for 7 years, and they introduce one character and I stop a 7-year habit because I hate this character so much. Yeah. Hello, honey. Welcome in. What do you mean it's been about a decade? What do you mean 2015 is a decade ago? 2015 is nearly a decade ago. Ugh. So, there we go. I started watching when Sun and Moon came out. I don't remember when that was. That was a little bit later on, I think. Yeah. No idea, but... So, there we go. This is how much of a terrible character she was that I was like, alright, cool. After 7 years, this is my cap. I think I would finish the first season of Pokemon? Yeah, that makes sense. I started watching about like halfway through. I think like, what was they called? They kept like one companion around for like such a long time. They kept Brock around for such a long time for no reason. Why was he the chosen one? Brock stayed around for so long. Why did he stay for that long? I don't know. Jeez, I wonder why. He was a great character. Unironically, I really like Brock. The only downside to him that I didn't really recognize when I was a kid was just the fact that he was a total pervert. The whole time. 10-year-old Amora didn't pick up on the fact that he was just a total creep. And I look back at scenes of him being a creep now and I'm like, that was in a kid's show? It's because he can use his frying pan as a drying pan. Whoa! I recognized that it was unwanted behavior, but I never really recognized the specificities of it. Really? There was bits and pieces that I picked up on, definitely. I knew that it was like a bad behavior because he'd get punished for it, but like, I was like 10. Like, I'm not really gonna know the context of like the specifics behind it, you know? Yeah. Toxicroak. Toxicroak was the real MVP here. I think there's a point in time where he does actually eventually learn to not be a creep. And like Toxicroak is like, huh, yeah. He does have a thing for nurses, that's true. That's real of him though. I mean, not real of him for being a creep, but like, nurses are cool. Nurses are cool. You can have that. You can have that preference, I guess. Well, he said he was like 30 plus, but he was meant to be. Brock was meant to be 6. How old was how old is Brock? Oh no. Oh no. He was 15? He was 15? He looks like he's in his 30s. That guy has a full 6-pack. He's got a full 6-pack and wrinkles, and he's 15? It's more acceptable than a 30-year-old joining Ash on his journey. I always assumed it was like he was in his late 20s and he was like, all right, cool. Well, the world is a dangerous place, kid. Let me come out with you and like make sure that nobody is weird about you. That's what I always assumed it to be. Brock, buddy. But they draw him the same as Professor Oak, though. They draw him exactly the same as Professor Oak. Why does he look like that? Early teenage years do that to a guy, the horrors he's witnessed. What horrors? I love how, like, I think one of my favorite, like, little things about Pokemon is the fact that, they have, like, different names for all of the characters in the Japanese version versus the English version, because obviously it's, like, a dub and stuff. I think, like, my favorite thing is the fact that Ash's name in the Japanese dub is, Satoshi. I love that, actually, but I love it even more knowing that, like, Satoshi is where, like, Ash comes from. So, Ash, Oshi. Like, that makes sense in my brain. But, like, Brock's name isn't, like, a longer version of that in the Japanese version. What is... Brock... Like, they gave Brock the name Brock in the English version because... because it rhymed with rock, but his name in the Japanese version is Takashi. Why did they do my guy like that? Why did they do that to him? Poor guy. What's Misty's? Kasumi. Oh yeah, that works for me. Yeah, it's Kasumi, which is me, Misty, Misty. Yeah, that works in my brain for, like, the translation that they have for it. But Takashi? Buddy. That's hilarious, especially considering how pun-heavy Japanese anime names tend to be. It's... buddy. Poor guy. I love him. I love him. Poor dude. He got done so badly by the English audience. Oh, buddy. Okay. Poor guy. Might as well just drink the rest of this, actually. Okay. I'm gonna... okay. I am gonna go do, I'm gonna go get more water. I will be back in like 2 minutes, okay? I will see you soon. Wah! Hello. Oh, there we go. Hello! Welcome back! Welcome back! Hello, hello! I've obtained water. With it being all... I mean, it's in a glass, so you probably can't hear it properly, but like... Oh! Hello! Ah! Can I find them, please? Please! Please! Wah. Oh, is this the day where everybody's like subscription is refreshing? Because I just have like a list of like hundreds of people refreshing all of their subscriptions in my like list. Oh boy. And thank you for the super, honey. Thank you, thank you. Hydration is required. Is required. It's good. Dibble dude, thank you for the 1 month, honey. Thank you, thank you. 18 minutes. Ugh. 2 hours and 18 minutes. Apologies for that. I hit my mic. Chris, thank you for the 5 months, honey. Thank you, thank you. Here's one more. Yippee. Let me tie my hair up again. What's up? There we go. I'd use the ponytail asset, but I don't have that loaded on this computer currently. That was one of my jobs for today. Which is why... it's why I'm gonna have to end this stream a little bit earlier today than I would have liked to. I think I'll end in another like 30 minutes or so. 30 or 40 minutes I'll have to end, I think. Because I have things to do! Yeah, I apologize. I need to do work and things, and I got very distracted by having to set up a brand new PC and things. I also need to go out. I need to go out and do some shopping and things. Because I'm gonna go... Ew, adult responsibilities. I'm gonna send Midday a little parcel. I'm gonna send Midday like a little parcel full of sweets and snacks and things. I'm gonna extend an offer to the rest of EIEN as well. But I have Midday's address specifically, and I wanted to sort that out today because hopefully if I send it off from space today or tomorrow, it could get there for her birthday. I'm really hoping that that is the case. Hopefully. Spectra, hi honey! Wow, that sounds so cute. Ah! Don't test me, I will send you stuff as well if you want me to. But yeah, I'm sending her some stuff. I'm hoping if I send it today or tomorrow, it will get to her before her birthday. But even if it gets there after her birthday, then whatever. But I'd like it to get there for her birthday. If it possibly can. All things considered, I'd like that to be the case. So, hopefully that's okay. We'll see. Don't test me, I will love you. Yeah. I'm the princess of love, so ha 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 ha. Test me, try it. Just deliver it personally. I cannot do that. I have so many responsibilities. If I were to deliver it personally, I think like if I was to deliver it personally, I think I would have to take a bunch of time off. I still want to go visit Midday. I still do want to have an off collab with Midday. If I possibly can. I think like I'd love to have an off collab with all of the girls. It's just that Midday and Killia are the most convenient because of, you know, distance. Mail yourself with the gift. Ah yes, I'm gonna pull a Malcolm in the middle and just ship myself there. responsibilities like ruling your planet, banned. Mods, get that guy. Mods, get that guy. Get that guy right now. I can only avoid one responsibility at a time. And currently you guys are my priority responsibility, so... Get responsibility, idiot! What do you mean, get him yourself? Mean. So though the counts I have aunts that have never gotten mail to me on my birthday, I'm gonna try though. I'm gonna try really hard because that's special and that's important to me. So there we go. Yeah. But yeah, I have her address now. I can be at her address if I want to. But yeah, I'm gonna send her a bunch of snacks and things. I'm gonna send her a bunch of like traditional British snacks and things. The only thing that she asked me to like not send was marshmallows, and that's just because she doesn't like marshmallows. But yeah, she was. I gave her the address of the Ark as well, and she was like, "Oh, is there anything that you don't want me to send?" And I was like, "Oh, don't give me lychee." She was like, "Oh, yeah, there's a reason for that." And I go, "Yeah, it's because I'm allergic and I might die." That's such an over-exaggeration. I won't die if I eat lychee, I don't think. I don't know. Last time I ate lychee, my throat closed up a little bit and I struggled to breathe for about like an hour. So we're just gonna have to see and have that not happen, I think. We don't, yeah, exactly. We don't wanna, excuse me. We don't want to find out. It's the affectionate I know where you live. Yeah, it's not I know where you live. It's I know where you live and I'm sending you snacks. And yeah, we really don't want to find out if it will actually kill me. Just in case. Just in case. So I'm gonna send her a bunch of snacks and things. And pray that it gets there for her birthday, because I really want her to experience nice snacks on her birthday and things and such. I want to send all of the girls like a little snack package for stuff. I do not mind doing that. Middy's is currently my priority because it's her birthday. But I'm eventually going to talk to the other girls as well about sending stuff to them as well, because I know I want to send stuff to ZUMI. And I want ZUMI to send the stuff to me very specifically, but I know that Navi and BLAISE will also be very excited about that type of thing as well, so I'm gonna see if I can set it up with the other girls as well. But it's whether or not they feel comfortable with me having that information of them. So I don't want to pressure them into anything if it's something that they're not comfy with. So I'm going to extend the offer eventually, but I can only imagine what you would send ZUMI. Oh, don't even, because I have so many ideas for what I would send ZUMI. When is Middy's birthday? Middy's birthday is... It is next weekend. Yippee! So, hopefully, we'll do it. We'll see. Ugh. Exclusive gummy worms to the fog. Exclusive gummy worm to the fog. I want to see if I can... if I was... You can get them sometimes. You know those really novelty those super novelty, like, super big gummy worms. You can get those pretty regularly here if you look for them. I want I want to see if I can get one for her. Frodo's for the Frodo. Yeah, I want to get her a bunch of stuff. I'll see what she likes. We'll see. Mega gummy worm, you say? Yeah, big gummy worm. Wow, big gummy worm. Just how you can get like the big rat. I want the big gummy worm for her. I want to give that to her if it's all possible. Wow, big worm. The 3-pound gummy bears? Oh god, how much are they? Because they're like £30 or something here. And I love the frog. I just want to spend that £30 on lots of little things rather than on one big thing. Also, I don't think it'll ship. I think they're pretty hefty in terms of like, weight. We have like a 2-kilogram cap on stuff that we can send. I think anyway, from the stuff that I looked at, it's like a 2 kilo. You can send things over it, but I think it's a different category of shipping. Definitely, but yeah. The amount of sugar in those things must be insane. Apparently they don't even taste all that good, which is so disappointing. One day I want to eat a 3-pound gummy bear where I think it would literally kill me. I think it will actually kill you. I don't think the human body is fit to consume that much gummy bear in one go. Imagine it gets expensive quickly. It does, yeah. I'm gonna do my best. Like 2 kilograms is 2 kilos is like a lot. To send stuff with. That's like 2,000 grams of things, which is a lot that I can send. So, I'd rather send them lots of little things so that they have lots of little treats to try in like a bunch of different things. But eating a 3-pound gummy bear will have the same effect as eating old Haribo sugar-free gummy bears. Oh no, I've seen that post. I've seen that post. Oh no! Oh no! 2 kilograms of snacks is a lot, yeah. I need to get a box as well, but the box is pretty easy to require. So, my goal for today is to finish the short that I need to have done, and then I'm gonna head out to do stuff. I'm gonna head out to get box and snack, and then hopefully go to the post office as well and get that all set up for her. So there we go. Hi honey, welcome in. I had a 3-pound chocolate bar that took me a month to eat. Oh my god, that's so much chocolate though. That's so much chocolate. Gonna choose a clip and edit it all before going out. Yeah, that's the plan anyway. I'm gonna test myself to see if I can retain the speed that I had prior to Grandpa PC. So my goal is to, I'm gonna finish this stream. I'm gonna end this stream at past. And I'm gonna start the editing when I finish stream. And my goal is to have it uploaded by 5, maybe 6 at the latest. So, we're testing it today. We're testing it to see if it's gonna work. You able to do it quickly now that Gramps has been old yellowed? I'm gonna see how long it takes me, actually. Because depending on how long it... Typically, the longest part in the actual editing process is just picking the clip. It's just finding the clip that is the one that you want to edit. That's just the longest bit of the whole thing. Fingers crossed. We'll do our best. We'll try. Putting Luminous Prime to the true test. Yeah. I think, like, the hardest part now will probably be the download bit. I might have to put YouTube DL onto this PC as well. Oh my god. Here's a fun fact. Here's a fun fact about YouTube that I hate. YouTube allows you to download your own VODs and your own videos, but even if I stream in full 1080 like HD, the only size that it will let you download a video for is 720. Really? In this day and age, in our year, 2024, you only allow 720 downloads? Neil, come on! Why do they do that? You get better quality of download by using an outsource program. Why is this platform like this? So, I use YouTube DL for all of my downloads and stuff, especially because, like, you can download clips on that pretty easy. You can specify how long you want the clip to be. So I'm gonna have to download and install that today as well for that clip. This is why some streamers record their streams on a separate hard drive. Yeah, oh boy. I've never been able to do that. Maybe this PC will be able to do that, but YouTube DL, mwah. I don't know who invented that. Mwah. They did a very good job editing my beloved. I love editing. I think, like, as much as I love editing, I do want to eventually do other stuff. I'd prefer to do longer videos, I think. But unfortunately, all of my time at the moment is spent making shorts. So, until I can outsource that to somebody else for a little bit, I can't make longer videos, even though I'd like to. I do have an absurd amount of storage space now. That's what I needed, though. I've always wanted to have, like, the most outrageous amount of storage space, if at all possible. Because the thing that always messes with me is the fact of, like, oh, I can't do this, it's storage. I hate it. How do I feel about editing vertical versus horizontal? Vertical is definitely more difficult. I will tell you this right now. Vertical editing for shorts is way more difficult than horizontal. And so you have to get very creative with showcasing what you want on screen. So if there's, like, a fun moment on stream where something has happened and you're like, oh, that was hee-hoo funny, it's not just like you showcase the clip and then you move on. You have to, like, properly format it as well into making sure that people can still see the funny thing on a teeny tiny screen. It's so much harder. 8 terabytes? I do have 8 terabytes now. I have technically 3. I have technically 3 drives in total. I have a C drive, I have a D drive, and I have an E drive. The C drive is one that I'm keeping for local files, so that's specifically, like, my operating system and all that type of stuff. So I'm keeping that, the C drive, specifically for that, because if I keep that as clean as possible, that should make sure that everything is going to run well, even if I get to a point where, like, all 8 gigs, all 8 terabytes of the 8 terabyte drive are filled up, and nothing's gonna, like, get gooped. Which, good lord, I don't think I'm ever going to fill that 8 terabyte, but I like having the wiggle room to do so. 4 terabytes full of games, yeah. So I have 3 drives. I I have a terabyte for the C drive, I have 8 terabytes for the D drive, and I have another terabyte for an E drive for, like, extra stuffs. Videos do get really big. But yeah, I just wanted an obscene amount of storage, just in case. Considering how much of my job is editing and producing videos, I think 8 terabytes is understandable. Yeah, it definitely is. It's definitely needed, is the thing. Grandpa PC in total had 1 drive. He had 1 terabyte, and that was for the operating system and for everything else as well. And it worked, definitely, but unfortunately it just didn't work well enough because the 1 drive got gooped with a bunch of other stuff, and like, so it would have to filter through all of the other stuff to get to the operating system, and it just sucked. It was bad. Too bad you can't edit and make videos with your mind connecting to the computer. That would be the life. That would be the life. Because I can see it in my head how I want things to look. If I could just beam it into my screen, that would be fantastic. Why don't we have that technology? So there we go. But yeah, I want help with my editing. We haven't got that yet, but the second I can offload some of my short editing onto somebody else, it means that I can start making like full YouTube videos more so, which I'm very excited about. I want to make more long videos. I have like a backlog of streams that I want to make into full videos. You could just hire an assistant. It's more complicated than that because I'm part of a corpo. If it was just me, I would hire one of my old editing buddies to do stuff with. But unfortunately, I don't have the jurisdiction to just hire people. I have to like get Manachan to do it for me. So it's a bit more complicated than that. If it was just me, I would just like hire the first person. But they have to look at people and like pick the person and also all of the stuff. Cause I don't especially because like with the editing stuff, I'm not the one that pays for like the editing and stuff. Manachan covers that. The CEO covers the editing for us. So when I do get a shorts editor, it's not gonna be my paycheck that it does the stuff from, it's Manachan. So it makes sense that they want to pick somebody. So it is being sorted. It's just I don't know when that's gonna be fully sorted. I don't know when I'm gonna get that all done. Ugh, I'm tempted to make more meme compilations of your streams. Please do. I love seeing your guys' editing styles. Every short that I've ever seen that has myself in it, I watch. You can rest assured knowing that if you do that, it's gonna be at least one of those views will be me. I'm gonna manage it to pick up editing. They do some of it. If you like it's like if you have like something specific in mind, you might have to pick that up yourself, but like it's the same with every company where like they'll fund your projects for you, but if you do like a personal project, like that's all you. It's why like we make project proposals and stuff so that we can go to Manachan and be like, hey, I want to do this thing. Here's why it's beneficial. Like this is why project proposals exist. That's for every job though. You can't just do what you like at your job. That's, you know, even as creative as VTubing is, you can't just do whatever. So, But unfortunately, doing it that way does mean that I have to like wait until they find a person who's not only available, but also that they approve of to do editing and stuffs. So, yeah. Yeah, there we go. So, yeah. Unless you're self-employed and don't care about profits. I care about paying my rent. I care about paying my rent. I care about being able to eat. Always do the with your time spent on finding the right editor, it's to get someone that can replicate your style, which is good. I don't really want someone to replicate my style though. I just want somebody who can make stuff good. What I want out of an editor is somebody that can produce stuff that I can't produce. Because if I have another editor who does the same thing as me, I'm gonna sit there and be like, I could do that. Why are we paying you? I'm gonna sit there and be like, you could have paid me to do my own editing, and then we'd be in a different situation. So what I want is an editor who can do stuff that I can't, is the thing. So that's what I want. I want somebody with an ability that is different from mine, so that I can have content that is different from stuff that I could produce, which is a difficult thing, really. Yeah. With how much you can do, it's asking a lot. I'm very jack of all tradesy, but there is always going to be somebody who is better than me. That is how life works. There is always going to be somebody who is better than you. I accept that fully and completely, and with the people who are better at me than editing in certain aspects, I want to hire you. I want to give you money so that you can make cool stuff for me. That's the best way of doing it, I think. Yeah. So I can do a lot of good things, but not everything that I make is going to be quality. So, yeah, it's important. Okay, what time are we on? Okay, we are at past. We are at past. I have a lot of things to do today. So, I'm gonna leave it there, I think, if that's okay with you guys. If you please. And I'm gonna get to editing and things. And I will see you guys on Saturday. I will see you guys on Saturday. Thank you for coming, everybody. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. I hope you guys have a good day. Have some water, have some snacks, have a lovely time. And I will see you all on Saturday. Bye-bye!